So welcome to the first video in my React series. Today I'll be showing you how to set up a very basic React project. We are going to be using Node.js of course and also the Vite setup. So before anything else, we should try and go over just to get the feel of what React is in itself, right? So basically React is a UI library, like it's used for building user interface, of course, right? So this is the official React website. From what you can see, they have this similar HTML like pattern, but it's actually called JSX, something different, right? So it's a component-based library. It has a lot of cool features we'll be talking about in the subsequent sections. So feel free to go through the website just to get the proper feel of how it is, right? You don't need to be overwhelmed about what you find there, right? So we're going to be discussing them in depth in the coming videos. So for now, what I want to do is go through the length section. So the way this series is going to look like is I'm going to be using the kind of, let me say, brochure they have in the React website themselves, right? So for instance, well, I'll skip this getting started part. So the describing the UI part, right? Basically, they were talking about component handling and all sorts, right? How to render components, how to build component, how to use a list component, yada yada, all of those things you need to know about React components. And in this other section, they were talking about reactivity, like on click events, updating states, subscribing to events, all of those things and all that. Then state management with I think the basic use states, then with use with contexts, with like reducer and context pattern and all of that. I mean, we should be able to get into a couple of more details in this in the subsequent sections. And I'm not sure what this is in here. Okay, references, but yeah, this would be like more like a miscellaneous thing. So yeah, that's how we're going to be going through this series, right? So we're going to be using the official docs to serve as a guideline for everything we're going to be doing. So for now, we want to go to the quick start section, right? You don't need to go here, I'm just telling you, right? So you want, if you're looking to get a feel of what React is, I mean, this is like a proper place you could come to. So yeah, but for me, I'm just going to go to the installation section, right? So there are a lot of ways you can install React, but the one they recommend is I think it's using a framework, right? Or yeah, I think it's using a framework they recommend. I'm trying to get a specific one. I'm not going to be using Next React Router Expo or something. I'm going to be using Vite, right? That's what I'm going to be using. But I found the uh I found the installation for this somewhere, but I do not really know where it is to be. Okay, this is the one I'm looking for. So maybe the one you want to use is build React app from scratch, but it's not exactly from scratch. And besides, this is something you still need to know how to do, right? You need to know how to couple things yourself, right? I think this is a very good way to also learn that using React. So I'm going to be using the Vite option, right? Vite is a very fast tool. It's modern. You can check the link for Vite in this section, right? I'm not going to be going over that now. So if you have NPM or Yarn, this should still work for you, right? So what I want to do here is I will open my VS Code. Yeah, so I want to open my VS Code first. So okay, so my VS Code is, let me bring it over in this window. Awesome. So I don't have anything in my VS Code for now, right? So what I want to do is yeah, I want to create a new project for my React app, right? So I think the first thing I want to do, right, is create a folder for my app. So I'm going to come to the CWS folder here, then click on new folder, then I'm going to say React YT, like that's the folder I'll be using anyways. So I would open the folder here in my VS Code. Then the first thing I want to do, right, is I want to, yeah, I want to open up my terminal, right? So if you're If you know the shortcut to that, it's fine. If you don't, then just come to this side, create new terminal, or use the view section and click on the terminal button anyways. Awesome. So once you have that opened, the first thing you want to do is confirm you have Node installed, which I believe you should, and npm should be installed as well. And in my case, I'll be using yarn, right? So, oh, okay, that was actually a mistake. So in my case, I'll be using yarn, right? So, yeah. So to get started, you can either do npm um, create vits like this, right? Then use this dot symbol. That's if you've created the folder for your React project and you are currently in that folder, just use this pattern. But if you're using yarn, you can as well do something like hang on guys. Okay, so you can as well do something like yarn create vit instead. So for me, this is what I'll be doing, right? So this is going to probably take a while, so I'm going to pause this and come back. Okay, so the setup is done with some basic code it has to do from the internet. Then I can select whichever template I want to build my project, right? But for this, I'll be using the React templates, right? So what I want to select here is this React framework, right? Then I would hit enter. It would ask me what I want to use, like the kind of React project I want to set up. So I'll be using TypeScript for this tutorial anyway. So if you guys don't know TypeScript, you should you should check it out. I don't want to use JavaScript anymore, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to be using TypeScript with SWC because I heard it's faster. So I would be using this. Then you can see the setup is done. Like I have a couple of things in my new things in my folder here. I have the public folder which contains like the image, like that's the logo for Bits, right? That's what it contains in here. Then I have the src folder which contains things like my assets, which more images. This contains the React image actually, right? So then the app CSS file contains the styling for our project. Then app CSS is like the root component for our project. Then the index CSS is another style sheet for our projects. It's more like a global kind of style sheet. Then app CSS is more specific, is more like a specific style sheet to app.csx itself, right? So the other one here is main.csx, right? This is the app entry point, right? So this is where all your root component is mounted. That is this app component, right? This is where it's mounted, and you have some extra, you know, let me say two specific file. This is not your business for now. Then you have the git.env file, you have ESLint, you have, you know, and this is the HTML file that will be serving your project. It's actually very, very simple, right? It's very, very light. I like Vite for that especially. So yeah, the first thing you want to do here, if you open this app.csx file, you would notice that it's showing a couple of missing packages error in here. Like it says, cannot find type declarations, blah, blah, blah. That's because we don't have our node module installed for now. So what we want to do is just type in yarn. But if you're using npm, you might want to do something like npm install. In my case, I'll be using yarn. So I'll type in yarn for this to install. It shouldn't take too long, I hope. So yeah, but why this is happening? Uh yeah, I should, okay, you know what? I was going to show you the Vite configuration here, but I remember it's just actually very, very basic. So this vite.config.ts file is when you want to do some extra configuration for your project setup but for now, you don't have any business with this. I'm just trying to make you guys understand the whole project layout, what you need to be concerned about, or you don't need to be concerned about. So majorly you'll be working with the src folder, and sometimes you'll be working with the public folder as well. But to my understanding, the public folder, right, is things you want to be to be honest. I don't really see the difference. Maybe I don't know, but I don't really see the optimal difference with the public folder and having the assets folder in here, to be honest. But if you guys know why, like for the experts, if you know why, you can could specify in the comment section or something. Yeah, but for now, we'll just be concerning ourselves with the SRC folder and the public folder. Awesome. So to run this projects, I can do yarn dev, or if you're using npm, you can do npm run dev. But for me, I'm using yarn, so I'll do yarn dev in here. Then I can open up my projects when it's done using this link. So I'm going to click its control and or command in my case and click. It's going to open up the project for me here. So you see, I can click things. It's reactive, like it's supposed to be. Yeah, so this is the very first setup you'd be doing for your React. So if it works, you should have something like this. So yeah, that's all on this video. If you have questions, suggestions, or anything, feel free to drop them in the comment section. If you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.